Hi dearies, this is Nazima. This day's topic is about types of reading, skimming and scanning. Skimming and scanning is nothing but two reading strategies. First of all, let us understand what really reading is. There are four language skills: listening, speaking, reading and writing. Among that, reading is the third skill plays a vital role in learning. Reading is a technical process of perceiving and understanding. It helps a person to improve the learning capacity and develop knowledge, improve understanding of the language and build vocabulary. Most of the people treat reading as a hobby. Reading is receptive skill. Through it we receive information. When we receive, we use our eyes to receive written symbols like letters, punctuation marks and spaces, and we use our brain to convert them into words, sentences and paragraphs that communicate something to us. Reading can be silent and loud. Reading is also a productive skill in that we are both receiving information and transmitting it, even if only to ourselves. Reading practices involves two important techniques, that is skimming and scanning. These two techniques have always been in practice and used by the people. We use these techniques unknowingly many times when we search for documents in a hurry or finding a piece of specific information. Most of the time, people don't know that they have been using these skills. These skills help students, researchers, and other people to get needed information more effectively in a limited period. Skimming and scanning are techniques used depending on the purpose. Let us comprehend the topic skimming and scanning by analyzing its differences and comparisons. Here I have taken 14 differences and comparisons between skimming and scanning. Let us go through one by one. Number 1. Meaning. Skimming is a way of reading passage or material in a fast manner so as to grasp the main points or idea, not all details. Scanning means to look carefully and quickly at the written passage or material to find specific information. Number 2. Definition. To skim means to take a quick glance. To scan means to look for something. Number 3. Objective. Skimming is to take bird's eye view of the text and to get an idea of what is a full text about. Scanning is to spot and cast specific information and facts of the text. Scanning is to find keywords. Number 4. Knowledge. In skimming, previous knowledge about the topic or material is not required. Skimming is done usually with the material what we know nothing about. In scanning, previous knowledge about the topic or material is required. Scanning is often done with the material that we know something about. Number 5. Materials. We skim materials like newspaper, magazine, websites, thesis work, sometimes literature books, business and travel brochures, etc. We scan study materials, reading comprehension, telephone directory, yellow pages, advertisement, classification in newspaper, journals, etc. Number 6. Purpose. Purpose of skimming. To see what is in the newspaper, on a website or on a paper. To look through a text to decide whether you want to read it or not. To look through the television guide or program schedule to plan your evening. To see through a catalog to choose an offer. To go through the option after searching something on Google. Purpose of scanning. To search for your friend's phone number in a telephone book and for sports score in the newspaper. To search for a word in dictionary or index. To find a phone number or an address in a directory. To check the time schedule of the program in an agenda. To check the price of a specific item in a catalog. To know the particular information from a text. Number 7. Mode of reading. Skimming is quick reading. Scanning is selective reading. Number 8. Method of reading. Method of reading while skimming the text. Read the title carefully. First paragraph and introduction need to be read carefully. Emphasis on the reading of first sentence of every paragraph. Heading and subheading should be read. Pictures, charts or graphs should be noticed. Words or phrases that are italicized or boldfaced must be noticed. Summary or last paragraph is important to understand the conclusion. Method of reading while scanning. Reader must be clearly aware of the specific information that needs to be searched in the document. Clues must be used to find the answer, like if one is searching for a date, then only numbers should be looked for. Headings can be helpful in suggesting the location of the desired information. One should be careful in reading and skipping the section of the passage. Number 9. Techniques. Techniques for skimming. Reading either the first sentence or the first and last sentence of the paragraph is another great skimming technique. The first and or last sentence of the paragraph will provide enough information about the general overview of the paragraph for the most part. Heading match and title match questions are easier to answer when using this technique. Techniques for scanning. Keywords are most important when scanning. When scanning a text, vocabulary such as proper nouns, names, place, days, dates, numbers and times is what you are looking for. Scanning a reading passage, it is most important that you know the keywords in the question so that you can find the keywords in the reading passage. Looking for specific details, there are different ways to scan a reading passage. Here are some examples. You can follow your finger or a pen or pencil in order to create better scanning techniques. Circle or underline the keywords within the reading passage is another good option to consider. Highlight all the keywords in the paragraph. Number 9. Read in this direction. Move your eyes horizontally and quickly when you skim. While scanning, move your eyes vertically and diagonally down the page. Number 11. Familiarity. In skimming, the reader is not familiar with the text. In scanning, the reader knows what he is searching for. Number 12. Vocabulary. While skimming, the reader does not give any importance to vocabularies. While scanning, the reader gives utmost importance to the vocabularies. Number 13. Do's and don'ts in skimming and scanning. While skimming, don't try to read everything. Just brush your eyes over the paragraph. Read only the topic sentence. First paragraph and last sentence or paragraph is important. Don't panic if you don't understand a new word or unknown word. Leave it and go forward. Do's and don'ts while scanning. First skim the paragraph which you need to scan. Then start scanning it. Don't read too quickly, you might lose the answer, or too slowly, you might miss the time. You should maintain the average speed to find the answer correctly. Number 14. Time consumption. Skimming involves reading out the maximum content in the minimum time. Scanning requires little more time than skimming to find the specific information. So dearies, from the above discussed 14 points of differences and comparison between skimming and scanning, you might have understand those two reading strategies. For still more better understanding, I am giving you two more examples. Skimming. Skimming is like a quick walk in the forest, but not leaving the main road. You can enjoy the beauties of both the sides and appreciate them from the road. You must remember that it is a quick walk. Scanning. Scanning is like hunting in the forest. You know which animal to hunt and their grounds, but you have to step on their territory very carefully. Otherwise, they will flee away and you won't find them again. The reading strategy skimming and scanning makes the reading more effective. It is so helpful in facing the school and college exams, mainly while attending the reading comprehension in the competitive exams. These two reading strategies also save us when we face proficiency tests such as IELTS, TOEFL and General ESL exams. It is also useful in our day-to-day lives. So it is necessary to a reader to use these tools, skimming and scanning while reading. So far we have learned the meaning of reading, two types of reading and strategies of reading, that is skimming and scanning, with their differences and comparisons using 14 points and examples. Let me conclude. Conclusion. Basically, skimming tells you what information is contained in the section or in the document as a whole. In this, the reader runs his eyes quickly over the large chunks of material to pick the main points. On the contrary, Scanning tells you where the information of your requirement is located in the text. Hence, one can skim the passage to understand its essence, whereas one can scan it to find certain words, numbers, dates, etc. Dearies, let us move for your favorite and interesting part of my lesson. Yes, it is the facts about the topic, skimming and scanning. While skimming, we may leave quarter or half of the paragraph or part of the text once we got the main ideas. In skimming, we comprehend only 50% of what we read. Most of the teachers use skimming to correct or evaluate the papers due to lack of time or uninterested during the time of assessment. Most of the teachers use scanning to find mistakes during the correction, to find out the remedies, or to pinpoint the mistakes and reduce the scores. As the teacher is thorough in his or her subject and to save time, they use these techniques while correction. But many times these may lead to misconceptions and prejudices while comes to the unexperienced teachers. Hence, the students may lose or miss the marks. For this reason only, all the competitive exams are objective type and computerized evaluation is permissible. The person who skims the text just understands, and the person who scans the text gets more information. Every reader is using the skimming and scanning techniques unknowingly. I hope so you might have learned these two reading strategies by the famous writer Francis Bacon. Reading makes a man perfect. That's all about skimming and scanning. Meet you with another topic. Until that, bye from Nazima. Kindly like, share and subscribe my channel Lit Up Lines. Thank you.